Hey guys, looking for new stealth games to play in 2025? Then you've come to the right place. We're kicking off the list with Hitman World of Assassination VR, a virtual reality version of the action stealth game Hitman World of Assassination. Set to release for PlayStation VR 2 on March 27, 2025. The game will allow players to experience the complete main campaign of Hitman World of Assassination in VR, with new features and enhancements that improve immersion and gameplay. Players can use both PlayStation VR 2 controllers to interact with the environment and perform actions, offering more flexibility and control. For the first time in the VR series, Agent 47 can use two weapons at the same time, one in each hand, fulfilling a long-standing fan request. Players have access to the full arsenal of the trilogy, including silenced pistols, sniper rifles, explosives, and environmental objects like screwdrivers and frying pans, all adapted for use in VR. Next on the list is Black State, a spy game in development by Motion Blur, a Turkish studio that promises realistic graphics and dynamic gameplay. Black State stands out for its promise to deliver cutting-edge graphics, utilizing Unreal Engine 5 to create extremely realistic environments and characters. The game also promises an immersive experience, with seamless transitions between stages, no loading screens, allowing the player to explore various locations without interruption. The game draws inspiration from big names in the spy genre, such as Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell, with stealth elements and over 100 elimination animations. Black State promises challenging and rewarding gameplay, with various options for the player to approach each mission. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, is one of the most anticipated releases for fans of the legendary Metal Gear franchise. It's a remake of the classic Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, originally released in 2004 for the PlayStation 2. Developed and published by Konami, the game promises to bring the iconic stealth action experience to a new generation, with updated graphics, modernized gameplay, and fidelity to the original story. The game maintains its focus on the stealth action that defines the series, but introduces improvements and options to appeal to both veterans and new players. Naked Snake must hunt, treat injuries, and use the environment, such as traps and camouflage, to survive in the jungle. These mechanics have been refined but retain the original essence.
Freeze. Speak.
Jurassic Park Survival is a first-person action-adventure game that puts players in the shoes of Dr. Maya Joshi, an InGen scientist who was stranded on Isla Nublar after the events of the 1993 film Jurassic Park. The game takes place one day after the film, and players will need to survive in a world full of dangerous dinosaurs. The game focuses on survival, and players will need to use their intelligence and stealth to avoid the dinosaurs. Players will also need to explore the island and find resources to survive. The game promises to feature areas never explored in other works of the franchise, including the iconic park gates, the visitor center, and other locations. Jurassic Park Survival tells a new story that takes place after the events of the original film. Players will discover what happened to Dr. Joshi and how she survived the catastrophe on Isla Nublar.
Is anyone there?
Thick as Thieves is a multiplayer PvPvE stealth game in development by Otherside Entertainment and published by Megabit Publishing, part of Aonic AB. Announced during the Game Awards 2024, the game is scheduled to be released in 2026 for PC via Steam and Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. It is led by industry veterans like Warren Spector, known for Deus Ex, Paul Neurath, executive producer of Thief, and Greg Lopiccolo, designer of Thief Deadly Shadows, bringing a new approach to the immersive simulation genre with a focus on multiplayer gameplay. Up to 4 players compete against each other in 20-30-minute sessions, trying to steal treasures while facing AI-controlled guards, traps, and their own rivals. It's not a cooperative game, but rather a competition where every thief is for themselves.
You never know what's around the corner. These could go many different ways. Because like I say, it's every thief themselves.
The War of the Worlds, Siberia, is a third-person action-adventure game that puts players in the midst of a Martian invasion in 19th century Russia. The game takes place in an alternate 1896, where Earth has been invaded by Martians, and players must survive this invasion. The game takes place in Russia, specifically the Russian Empire, during the first year of the Martian invasion. Players must escape the panicked Petrograd and venture into the far east of the Russian Empire, facing giant tripod machines, predatory pilots, and the destructive power of Martian technology. The game promises a cinematic experience with memorable characters, picturesque locations, and challenging challenges. The War of the Worlds Siberia is a third-person action-adventure game with a combination of combat, stealth, and puzzle solving.
Это же предательство! Оно самое, юноша. Оно самое.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the next big release from Ubisoft's renowned game franchise, promising to take players to feudal Japan in an epic action stealth adventure. The game takes place in 16th century Japan, during the end of the Sengoku period, an era marked by civil wars and the struggle to unify the country. The story begins in 1579, under the influence of the powerful daimyo Oda Nobunaga, who is at the height of his power after victories like the battle against the Takeda clan, using firearms, arquebuses. The open world is comparable in size to Assassin's Creed Origins and features seasonal changes, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, which affect gameplay. For example, winter brings frozen water and ice stalactites, while spring offers tall grass for stealth.
Lord Hayashi cannot seem to stay in his quarters.
Yes, the Lord places beside the pond.
He'll dig himself a trench with those nightly footsteps.
That or a grave.
A grave, huh?
Tales of Old Dominus is an open-world RPG set in a medieval kingdom, where you take on the role of Erik, a man seeking revenge. The game combines brutal combat with stealth, crafting, and survival mechanics, and eventually leads to building villages, managing your domain, and leading troops in a second rebellion against the corrupt nobles who ruthlessly exploit the kingdom. The game takes place in a war-torn kingdom where corrupt nobles have imposed a cruel law known as Right of First Night, which allowed them to marry the brides of peasants before their husbands. This injustice sparked a bloody civil war known as the Battle of the Brides, which resulted in a crushing defeat for the rebels. Erik, one of the few survivors, seeks revenge against the nobles who destroyed his life and his kingdom.
These woods. I should leave quickly, but first, I need to find my old stash. Well, we got some company.
Hey, you! You're not one of us. You're one of those fucking rebels. Come here. I'm gonna kill you.
Styx, Blades of Greed, is an action stealth game that will be released in the fall of 2025, between September and December, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam. The franchise is known for its focus on stealth mechanics in a medieval fantasy universe, and this new chapter promises to refine and expand this formula. In the game, you take on the role of Styx, a cunning and sarcastic goblin who masters the art of stealth. This time, Styx is no longer a pawn at the service of others, but the leader of his own crew operating aboard an airship. His main goal is to steal quartz, a rare and dangerous magical resource, in a world on the brink of war between elves, humans, and orcs. His main goal is to steal quartz, a rare and dangerous magical resource in a world on the brink of war between elves, humans, and orcs. The narrative highlights Styx's rise from a mere thief to a strategic leader, facing the Inquisition and other challenges as he seeks this mysterious source of power.
Green bastard! You guys need to slow down. Keep them coming! I got him! Just remember, kids, it's not about doing it. It's about getting away with it. I never felt anything like this before. I love it.
Eriksholm, The Stolen Dream, is a narrative-driven isometric stealth game set in the stunning city of Eriksholm, a Nordic city inspired by the elegance and toughness of early 20th century Scandinavia. The game follows the adventure of Hannah, who is searching for her missing brother, Herman. Hannah needs to unravel the mystery behind her brother's disappearance, facing forces greater than she ever imagined. Stealth is at the heart of the experience. Players need to observe the behavior of guards, use the environment to their advantage, such as shadows to hide, and create distractions to avoid detection. The camera can be adjusted freely to plan movements and execute actions with precision, while contextual clues, such as conversations between guards, can offer clues to progress. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.
It's only a matter of time. You've set things in motion you don't understand, Hannah.